Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So today we filmed a chit chat get ready with me for you guys. We just did like Instagram makeup, so keep watching. Well, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start with primer. As you can see, we already did our eyebrows off camera. Yeah. So I'm using Makeup Forever Step 1 primer, and I'm using Becca's Ever Matte Priming Perfector. I'm using the matte one because because I have oily skin, so yeah, this one's like, there's no other, like literally no other option. Yeah, to get something that like, yeah. You know, a lot of people, for them primer is more about like smooth application, protecting your skin, all that stuff. But for me, like if I don't prime, I am going to look like something deep fried. Yeah. Like a funnel cake. Because it's brown? Oily. No, because it's brown. But it's also oily. Yes, it is. It's deep fried. Like French fries. No, but French fries are yellow. Something oily, okay? That's the point here. Yeah, so if you guys want, we can do like an in-depth on like oily skin and stuff and like makeup applications. So. Yeah. So let us know in the comments. So today's chit chat topic is gonna be on just balancing school, work, life, you know, all that good stuff. Yeah, so it might not apply to everybody, you know, but so we're both in university. We're both in our 4th year actually, and guess what? We're both doing the same program. Is that so? There's that. Yeah. We're both doing poli-sci, political science, and criminology majors. Yeah, so I'm like gonna skip the color correcting today because I'm not really feeling it. I don't want anything that's too heavy, so I'm gonna go straight into my foundation, and I'm using NARS's Velvet Matte Skin Tint in the shade Seychelles, which is medium dark number 2. I'm gonna color correct because I have dark circles under my eyes. We just like finished exams, so like yeah, it's been stressful. Like this semester out of all of them has been the worst. Just because like I feel like the longer you're like in university, like you kind of, the consequences of all your actions are like magnified, you know what I mean? Exactly. Like you really have to start taking it seriously at that point. For this one, I find that if I like jump straight into using like for this foundation, if I jump straight into using like a beauty blender or a brush, I feel like it just sucks up all the product. Yeah. So I kind of just try to use my fingers a little to just spread it out. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go through with a brush afterwards, just like smooth it out, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, just like yeah, like she's saying, it gets worse the higher you go because the consequences are magnified, right? Yeah, and like you're just stressed out because like, oh, I have to get a job, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and it, like a lot of it, like for me, I found that I had a lot of these things with myself, like, oh my gosh, am I ever gonna amount to something, blah 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 blah. Yeah, like, it was bad. She had like a few breakdowns and I had to like, you know, it's like you get like one, like not even a bad mark, like I would get like 75 70s on like some assignments, and I'm like, oh my god, I was just being a little too hard on myself. I'm like, this isn't good enough, blah 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 blah. But like the more, yeah, like I'm a little hard on myself when it comes to it and stuff. But for me, my thinking is that if I do better than I need to do, I don't have to worry, kind of thing. So I always aim to do like exceed expectations, exactly. Right? You don't want to just meet them, but like it's important not to be too hard on yourself, because you realize like in the grand scheme of things, yeah, you get one mediocre mark. It's just one mark in one class in 1 year, right? Yeah. I mean, don't use that as an excuse to like slack, but like, because it can add up for sure. Yeah, it can add up, but like there's no need to be like extremely hard on yourself, because then that just makes it worse for you, you know? Like you want to mentally and emotionally, you still want to be good too, not just academically, right? Exactly, because that's important as well. Like I think one thing that you should like remember as well is just about having support from like your family, your friends, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, boyfriends, stuff
exactly. Like people should, and like say if you have to do work or something, and like somebody wants to hang out, you kind of have to understand.
Yeah.
That like, sorry, I can't hang out today. I have to like.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't want those pushy people that are like, oh no, but you can do your assignment this and this time. They don't care about you.
Yeah.
Like they don't. But then at the same time, like when you find that you're getting too into like studying and into school, you want people that kind of like pull you out of it and be like, hey, you need to relax, you know, like
yeah,
because it's just stressful if you're always doing it. So like that's a big thing. And like I think another thing is that if you like work and stuff on top of going to school, that is like, it like honestly it makes it 10 times harder. Like people who don't really work during the semester might not think so, but if you're going to school and you're working at the same time, it's definitely gonna be like, it's gonna be a lot to handle. And like it's just a transition. I think like for me, I never like, I used to just do like a work study job during the school year, and that was perfect. Like it went with my school hours. Like I didn't work that many hours.
And then you get reading weeks and stuff off.
Yeah, you get reading weeks off, like Christmas breaks, all that stuff. You get it off. Exams, it's all off, right? But like,
it's like off-campus jobs.
It's not designed for a student, right? So that was like a big transition for me, going from that to like an off-campus job. And like, I don't know, not everybody's understanding that you're in school, and like it's not their fault. Like they have businesses to run, you know what I mean? Like they need certain things and certain commitments from people. So like you just have to kind of watch out for that and like kind of like know how to balance that basically. So for my eyes, I'm gonna be going for like something warm. I'm probably gonna do like a lot of reds and pinks.
Oh my gosh, you're doing something warm too. But just my crease is warm. I don't really care about.
Yeah.
Like my crease is like really, really warm.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. Okay, since you're doing like the reds or whatever, I'm gonna do something neutral.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna go for shimmer yet, but knowing me, I probably will. I love shimmer.
Oh, and the blending brush I'm using is NYX number 16.
I'm using BH Cosmetics number 101. But yeah, and like if you're working and you're in school at the same time,
it's like stressful.
Yeah, one of them, like you have to sit by yourself and decide, what am I gonna prioritize?
Exactly.
You can't really go in with the mindset of
that you give both equal importance,
because you won't. And like if I don't know, if you want, you can't do both well is all I'm getting. Like
not well per se, like you can still do your job, but like you're gonna be like exhausted. You're gonna come home, you're like, oh, I have to do this and this assignment, but like honestly, like I just can't mentally, physically. You're gonna be like exhausted.
Yeah. Okay, best me now.
Which one?
The other new palette. So for my crease, I'm using the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. For my crease, I'm using this really warm toned, like reddish color. It's called Ada, I believe, or Ada, I'm not sure. All these names have like some sort of African theme. It's kind of cool.
It's a little much. It's a little much if you ask me.
But yeah, so like yeah, like you can't really like put your all and your focus into both. You have to pick one for sure.
And like just you kind of have to sit down some days and be like, you know what, this day it's all school. Like I'm not gonna do like work or anything, because like I used to do this thing where like I would work in the morning and then go to school in the evening, or work in the evening, go to school in the morning. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, if I'm at school in the morning and work in the evening, when am I ever gonna have time to do anything that isn't like school or work related?
Yeah, you're gonna find that like if you're not at school, you're at work, and if you're not at work, you're at school. And it's like the thing with school, it's like it's beyond just going to class and stuff like that, right?
You still need to always the studying, the assignments,
all that stuff.
And one thing that I found just really helps with that, try to build a relationship with your professors. Like I know that's like, I've had big classes before with like hundreds of students, but even still with that, just like you don't even have to go up to them to the office hours or to talk to them after class. Literally just participate when they ask a question. Before, like in first year, I never ever participated. Like I'm like, whatever, they don't even know me, like who cares? But then like the higher the years I went, you're not invisible anymore, and they do notice who pays attention and who doesn't. And like for something that we're doing, which is like social science, it's supposed to be like essay questions, tests, things like that. They're always kind of like subjective, you know? Subjective, right? Not objective? Subjective. No, it's objective. Objective means, oh my gosh, we're not doing this. Objective means to one single truth. There's no going around it. Subjective is subject. One person. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Are you sure? Are you dumb? The stuff is kind of like so it's okay. It's not objective. Let me just say it like that. It's not objective. Whereas like the person who's marking, they can definitely bring their bias into it. Like basically, with a lot of these courses, marking. My foundation all over my pants. Oh my god. You can just wash them, please. It's too late. It's the second time. But yeah, basically like while she cleans up her pants because she got foundation on them, marking, it's like kind of subjective, like, and like they can help you out and stuff like that. And like I find that a lot of like professors, like when you make mistakes, depending on how they feel about you, or the TA, depending on how they feel about you, they're willing to correct your mistake and tell you how to fix it. Whereas some will just criticize you for your mistake and don't really like, you know what I mean, like help you out. Basically, like it helps you. It's better for you in the long run to have some sort of relationship with your professor. Like you don't have to be best friends, but like just the professor knows you. Like they've heard your voice at least once. And that comes to help when you start applying for things like grad school, law school, or just like anything where they want like a reference letter from a professor. Because like some people would never have ever talked to their professor, and they send them an email like, oh hey, I need a reference letter, and like it's their job, I get it, but they're like, hey, like I kind of want to know who I'm writing it for. Just drawing in my crease. You're so slow, I'm almost done. So I have to focus on talking. I find that with the Nubian palette, if you wanna, same with the other one, the Masquerade by Julia's, I find that if you wanna get like the best color payoff, just like, especially the shimmery shadows, you just kind of wanna use your finger. It goes on like much better, much more pigmented. Yeah, the colors in there are like gorgeous, but sometimes I just find that like right when you put it on, it's like, very vibrant, very pigmented. It looks amazing. And then after like a few minutes, kind of dulls down a little. Honest review. Yeah, but I find that really the best thing with like just anything, school especially, it's just about support. Yeah, I think this applies to everybody, no matter what you're doing in life. Yeah, you want like some sort of support system, somebody who you can go to, because you are gonna have bad days. Yeah, for sure. And like honestly, like just like don't forget that you have that. Sometimes I feel like me especially, I feel like I'm strong enough to like handle everything and all of that stuff, but like trust me, it helps just to like go talk to somebody. Hey, like I'm kind of stressed out about this, about that, and like honestly you can get advice from the most unlikely places. And it's not even about advice, sometimes it's just to have somebody who will like listen, right? Yeah, because it's hard to find that sometimes. Can we switch blending brushes? Okay, and then I think the last topic we're just gonna get into is more about like choosing your major and all that jazz. Knowing what you want to do, because you never really are gonna know. Yeah, like coming from high school, like honestly you're not really gonna know what you want to do, like, because even me, like from when I was in high school to now, it's like definitely changed what I want to do, for sure. I think first you need to do something that you like not love, not something that you love, not something that you're passionate about, just something that you like. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, because like
I mean, as much as we all want to do what we love,
it's not economically feasible sometimes. You're gonna end up, like, if you look at a lot of, like, arts and sci majors, you get out of school with no job prospects whatsoever. Literally, they don't...
And especially not in your field.
Yeah, not in your field. Like, yeah, like, exactly what she said, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you get a poli-sci degree, at least in Canada, from what I know, I can't speak about anywhere else, but let's just say in Ontario, you're not gonna go very far with it. I know 3 people who graduated with a degree in politics. Let me tell you what
you don't need to scare people.
Okay, fine. Like, yeah, it's like, okay. Yeah, but you just have to kind of think about, like, it being economically feasible. Like, I'm doing poli-sci as well, and, like, I kind of know that there's not many jobs in my field, right?
Like,
so I'm not bashing anybody with, like, a degree like that. That's what I'm doing as well, and I know, like...
Yeah, like, we're both definitely gonna need to have, like, second degrees, like a master's or, yeah, like a master's or, like, a professional degree, like a JD.
Yeah, and that was the plan anyways for me. Like, when I got out of high school, I knew that I wanted to go to law school right away, so I took... So like what I'm taking now, because I'm like, hey, like I'm going to grad school anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let me just take this because it prepares me the best, right?
I think with that, what you forget is that, like, who knows whether 4 years later you're gonna want to do another 4 years of school. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I've always known that I needed to get another, like, degree, but now it's like, do I want to go to school for 4 more years? Do I want to pay for school for 4 more years? Yeah, it's like...
When you use LA girl.
It's both using Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer. We love this concealer.
Like holy grail right
it's
here.
Gray, has great undertones, especially if you're like brown but have yellow undertones, which is like us.
Yeah, so anyways, yeah, like I wanted to go to law school. I knew that's what I wanted to do. But by like I would say maybe 2nd or 3rd year, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually not really that interested in it, and I took more of an interest in politics, and I decided that, oh, maybe I want to go do my master's with that instead, and like I did my research and stuff, and like right now that's what it's looking like I'm gonna do, because it's like less school. It's not as much school, but it's still like will get me like a job and something that I like to do, you know?
I had to think about what you in the present want. Try to think of what's best for you in the future. I don't know if that makes sense.
This beauty blender is tiny. And I feel like for certain things, school isn't for everybody, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So don't force it. Like, sometimes you don't really need a degree in fine art. If you know you can draw, you know what I mean? So the kind of thing where you can create an opportunity for yourself.
And not even that. There's tons of professions out there that you don't need to go to school for. It's not for everybody, honestly. So don't feel pressured if you're like not in school. I have to go to school. If what you're doing is great, you like it, like it's a good form of sustenance, no problem.
Because honestly, you might just end up wasting money.
Yeah, wasting money, exactly. Yeah, you might just end up wasting money on something that isn't even really for you.
And not only is it school for everybody, like it's for some people, but not like full blown, if that makes sense. So if you know that like you can't take a full course load, or you like have doubts that maybe, oh, like I might not be smart enough for it, blah 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 blah, honestly just take your time. You don't have to take the full course load. You can take one less course than everybody each semester. You're not gonna die. Like, it's generally just up to you, you know?
Yeah.
Don't rush. You don't have to finish school in 4 years.
Yeah.
If you want, you can work and go to school part-time.
Not even that. It's not just about university. There's always like college. There's always like vocational programs, like technical programs, stuff like that.
Yeah, so like
there's other ways to get educated.
I know that in America, it doesn't really, there's not really much of a, like a, people when they say college, they mean like Yeah, when you guys say college, you basically mean any sort of higher education. But in Canada, there's more like a delineation between the two. So colleges, it's typically 2-year programs or less, right?
Yeah.
And then university, it's like 3 and up. No, it's 4.
4.
Yeah, and then university programs are usually 4 years. So yeah, that's usually like when we say university or when we say college, that's what we mean.
Yeah, there's like definitely distinction.
Yeah, so yeah, there's always college, and college just gets you more job ready than university.
Yeah, it's like more practical for sure.
Yeah.
And I think just like in terms of picking which school you want to go to as well, don't just pick what everybody says is like great, amazing. Like pick what you like and like somewhere where you see yourself really fitting in.
And do your research too.
Yeah, exactly.
Just warming up those cheeks.
And like think about what's important to you in terms of what schools you want to go to. Is it the social aspect, the academic aspect?
Think
is it
about
location, size, small things like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, when you're deciding, you don't really look at those things, you know what I mean? So like you might end up picking somewhere where you just don't fit in.
And think about where you want to work after school, because generally you usually work from where you graduated,
yeah, in the
right?
same city you graduated, exactly.
And like that's better for you to like make connections and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like you're gonna make connections with people from that city that you're going to school for, and if they do offer you like an internship or job, anything, it's gonna be generally in that city. So you kind of have to factor that in as well.
Yeah. It's not always the case, but like it can be sometimes. So think about that as well. And like honestly, after living somewhere for like 4 years, making friends and stuff,
would you be willing to leave it all behind?
Sometimes you just like, oh, I don't know, I really like this city. Or maybe you really hate it and you want to leave, but like definitely you're gonna have feelings about the place you go to school.
So we went and we did our eyelashes off of camera.
Yeah.
And like finishing touches, whatever. So this is the finished product.
So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the video and you learned something.
And stay tuned for more.
Subscribe to the channel and comment like.